An arrogant billionaire insults a little girl in Mandarin, thinking no one would understand his cruel words. But when the girl responds fluently, revealing every insult, he freezes in shock. Before we start, I love seeing this community grow. Feel free to introduce yourself below. The February morning sun filtered through the floor-to-ceiling windows of Marcus Chen's penthouse office on the 47th floor, casting geometric shadows across imported Italian marble. At 36, Marcus had mastered the art of intimidation, from his perfectly tailored Brioni suits to the calculated coldness in his dark eyes that made even seasoned investors nervous. Today, that coldness would meet something he never expected, a mirror held up by the smallest hands. "Mr. Chen, your 9 a.m. is here." His assistant's voice crackled through the intercom. Marcus didn't look up from his laptop screen, where stock prices flickered in real time. "Send them to conference room B. I'll be there in 10 minutes. And where's Maria? This coffee is cold." What Marcus didn't know was that Maria Santos, his housekeeper of 3 years, had called in sick that morning. Her replacement was her sister Rosa, who had no choice but to bring her 6-year-old daughter Sophie to work. The building's daycare was closed for emergency repairs, and Rosa couldn't afford to miss a day's pay. Rosa knocked softly on the office door. Sophie's small hand clasped tightly in hers. The little girl wore a yellow dress with white flowers, her dark hair pulled back in 2 neat braids. In her free hand, she clutched a worn picture book with Chinese characters on the cover. "I'm so sorry, Mr. Chen," Rosa began, her voice trembling slightly. "My sister is sick, and I had nowhere to leave Sophie. She'll be very quiet, I promise. She'll just sit in the corner with her book." Marcus's head snapped up, his expression darkening immediately. A child. In his office. This was exactly the kind of disruption he couldn't tolerate, especially not today when he had the Whitmore merger to finalize. "This is completely unacceptable," Marcus said, his voice low and controlled, but Rosa could hear the anger simmering beneath. "I don't run a daycare center, and I certainly don't pay you to bring your family to work." Sophie, sensing her mother's distress, looked up at the tall man behind the enormous desk. She had seen angry adults before, had learned to make herself very small when grown-ups used that tone. But there was something about this man's eyes that seemed sad beneath all that anger, like her Grandma May's eyes sometimes looked when she talked about the old country. "Please, Mr. Chen," Rosa pleaded, "just for today. I'll work extra hours this week to make up." "Did you hear what I said?" Marcus interrupted, switching suddenly to Mandarin, a language he rarely used anymore, having spent the last 15 years deliberately distancing himself